I sent up a bottle rocket the size of a soda can and it left a smoldering crater. What do you think is gonna happen when I launch this firework that's the size of a mini van? Okay then. I didn't get to enjoy the lights. I don't think anyone else did either. Nothing says freedom like blowing yourself up. What's up, guys? Welcome back to City Smash, where most people haven't noticed before, but if you look closely enough, you can tell these cities are actually Canadian. It's easy enough to figure out because it's been snowing here for 6 friggin' months. I'm thinking best case scenario, we nuke all of the snow. Worst case scenario, we nuke the city. Either way, it's gonna get a whole lot warmer around here. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. You see, isn't that so much better? Nuclear winter is nothing on Canadian winter. Snow tires are expensive enough as it is. I can't really blame that guy for not having bomb tires. As some of you guys might remember the last episode, I used a mix of natural disasters and man-made shenanigans to wipe out a whole lot of different Canadian strip clubs. And I consider that to be a gift to humanity, okay? Like, unless you're looking for advice on how to poorly hide a C-section scar, then you probably don't want to go into those places. Especially now that I've got even bigger, scarier, stronger things to throw at this city. Even though I haven't actually done anything yet, but it already seems to be on fire. Did they play out the Stanley Cup Finals early or something? I'm gonna assume this is supposed to be Cthulhu and not Hydra. You know, Captain America isn't coming this far north. Hopefully Cthulhu knows the rules. Oh, come on, man. Like, rule number 1, everyone knows it. Don't touch the girls. Even if you've got giant spiky tentacles. I mean, all in all, that wasn't so bad. For the Eldritch God of Madness, I kind of figured he would do more damage than Kong and Godzilla slapping each other around. Speaking of Godzilla, what the hell is this supposed to be? It kind of looks like somebody microwaved toy T-Rex, but I get the feeling it might be a dollar store knockoff Godzilla. Oh yeah, that's a little rough around the edges, but effective. So maybe not the Chinese dollar store knockoff, it's really more like a Mad Catz Godzilla. We can give that one to the little brother. I wonder if we can have Godzilla and Cthulhu fight on the moon. That is a sentence I did not expect to say today, but I'm happier for it. Okay, get those tentacles down into the fire and it goes right through them. Come on, guys. You can't be teaming up like that. It's supposed to be a head-to-head battle. Like, think of all the millions that Kong and Godzilla made. I want in on that monster money. At least some of the people of Earth have a great front row seat for this, so I really can't waste this opportunity. I'm thinking maybe if the monsters won't kill each other, then I can kill them. If we opened a black hole, then tentacles usually go in holes. Maybe not in this kind of anime. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is what happens when a black hole opens in space. Bad things. Even though there seem to be trees and rolling hills in the background of the moon. We put a lot of effort into terraforming this place, and then I just tossed the civilization like a salad. I know nuking Godzilla doesn't really work because he's literally a nuclear dinosaur, but this isn't Godzilla. This is Zodgilla, so hopefully a nuke landing on his head will not be anywhere close. That was a little nuke. I didn't even have to squint for that one, but boy, oh boy, does it still shit on everything. Come on, man, I just want to hurt the monsters. Part of me wishes this next one was actually a kaiju-sized horse, but I get the feeling it's just magnets. How do they work? Can I take control of stuff? Okay, and then I drop? Ooh, yeah, I could get used to this level of control, even though it is kind of just like a half-assed black hole. maybe I shouldn't call it half-assed. It seems to be doing a whole lot of work. All right then, I didn't realize that I had weapons of mass destruction on my fridge. I wonder if I opened a volcano in the middle of town, would I be able to catch the fallout using the magnet? I don't know if lava chunks are gonna be magnetic, but I'm ready for these pop flies, or I'm not even a little bit. I didn't catch a single one. Maybe I can't catch any of them? All right then. Let's go ahead and smush all the people who witnessed that embarrassment. I still can't get enough of all the people driving in this place. Like, the city just got hit by some kind of magnetic polar switch volcano and people are still trying to get to work. I know I've spent like the last 5 minutes killing thousands of people trying to make monsters fight one another, but that Russian-Chinese casino just stole $50 from me. So I think I'm gonna introduce them to the swirly? I can't even guess what this thing is. We already have a black hole, we already have a tornado. Maybe it's like a typhoon or a tropical storm or the aurora borealis. Not exactly nature's most lethal option, but I guess they're gonna lose a lot of sleep? Are you kidding me right now? Okay, well, maybe I can try it again over here. Oh, I wasn't thinking with portals, that's the problem. So anything that goes in one comes out the other. I might be able to screw around with that. If I give my magnet, can I pick stuff up? Yeah, okay. So throwing things in there has them come out here and easy enough to pick off the rest of the city. I like it when they give me more control, but at the same time, it's really fun when you have no idea what's gonna happen and it just wipes stuff out on its own. And traffic is now driving into the portals and they're actually coming out the other side. Well, I'll be damned. So, I wiped out a city, but I made a really efficient highway, or hover highway. Maybe not the most efficient, I'm hearing explosions. Now we're going full-blown Tony Stark. It looks like it's some kind of cluster bomb, so if I drop you around here, then... Okay. Yeah, we definitely caused a couple $1 million worth of infrastructure damage to that bridge. Might need to pay out the living survivors of these crashes. But what would happen if I cranked that up just a bit? For a second there, I almost thought that I should put up a sign or like tell them to stop driving off the bridge, but the bottom of the river is probably the safest place for 5 o'clock traffic. Okay, so that's a lot more bombs. I don't really have anything to hit on this part of the city, but I dare say if we go someplace a little bit more populated, they're gonna have quite the effect. I wonder if I can use multiple cluster bombs at the same time. Like a cluster of cluster bombs. Yeah, that's probably gonna break something, and I don't necessarily mean the city, I mean my computer or my recording or something like that. When you start to stretch out time space like a cheap piece of gum, that's when you need to pump the brakes. I think 3 of these is more than enough to get the point across. How did we go from summoning Cthulhu and ripping tunnels in space-time to fireworks? Like, this is the kind of thing that you would buy at a gas station. I may have underestimated things a little bit. Okay, so it's not quite a bottle rocket, it's really just irresponsible. That is one kid who is gonna be grounded forever. I would imagine if they get up high enough, then they're perfectly safe. It's when you launch them within city limits that there's a problem. And I dare say, I can increase that problem. I sent up a bottle rocket the size of a soda can and it left a smoldering crater. What do you think is gonna happen when I launch this firework that's the size of a mini van? Okay then. I didn't get to enjoy the lights. I don't think anyone else did either. Nothing says freedom like blowing yourself up. I kind of want to try that again, but this time with the black hole. So if we suck everything up and then launch the firework, it's a pretty little sparkle in the background. Surprise, surprise, fireworks and black holes not quite on the same level. What was I thinking? Well, if it isn't wind, snow's uglier sister. Yeah, trust me, I would take snow over a strong breeze any day. Okay, that might be a little bit stronger than we're used to. Then again, I think the tallest building here is like 5 floors, so we don't really have to deal with our Rubik's Cube infrastructure just toppling over. I'm assuming that was a Hurricane 12 force wind and that we may somehow be able to crank that up just a little bit. Every time something goes up past 100, it surprises and scares me a little bit. It just doesn't stop. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother trying to blow over a fully functional city. I wanna see if we can blow over the crap that was left over from last time, and we sure can. It's kind of like a giant tumbleweed, except instead of weed, it's Toronto. I also love the fact that it actually blew out the fires. I think, were there fires? There should be fires in hell. Hurricane 400 force winds are pretty sweet, but I think I can actually use another one. So we've got 2 going at the same time, but you can't really tell because the first one blows everything away. Except for that one car that is now moving at Mach speed. So I think we can take away from all this that I'm not very good at city planning, but I am pretty good at guiding traffic. I wonder how the volcano or the tsunami would interact with the wind. Right, because if we have you spew all of your fancy lava chunks into the atmosphere, and then a wave came along, and that was followed by a strong gust of wind, then would it blow the wave higher? Or blow the stuff around in the air? It doesn't look like gravity even interacts with this stuff. Like, the wind doesn't blow out the fire, the water doesn't put out the fire, the water doesn't move the chunks, the wind doesn't move the chunks, the wind doesn't move the water. Like, I don't know whether to be disappointed or amused. Well, obviously, if we're gonna have some kind of strafing run, then I'm gonna have to do it on the moon. Because clearly this is the most sensible place for a plane. That is what's happening, isn't it? It's just a straight up strafing run. I don't think it even gets low enough to drive into something, so I could just shoot things and that's it. It's not nearly as good as I was hoping for. I get the feeling whatever the Christ this thing is gonna make it up to us though. Hopefully you have quite the effect. Oh, it's like a okay, there we go. I was gonna say it's like a magnet or a black hole, but it also explodes. I appreciate that. And it has a fancy little cog next to it, which means we can control everything. Okay, I'm just gonna make a bunch of numbers bigger. I'll be right back. I get the feeling the city that never sleeps is about to take one giant dirt nap? Proverbial dirt nap, because they're floating, at least for now. Forgot about the explosion. Okay, yeah, that definitely has quite the effect. I love the fact that there's still stuff falling like seconds later. I just wish there were more cities. I want more stuff to blow up. How hard is it to give us different buildings? Last but certainly not least, it looks like we've got some kind of sandworm. Not a whole lot of sand around here, but I'm sure he'll be able to penetrate a city nonetheless. Okay, so he can really ruin one building. The rest just kind of get flopped on. Doesn't stay for all that long either. I can't blame him, the weather isn't exactly desirable, but it's almost like it's a smaller version of the worm from Solar Smash, because that one was big enough to like eat its way through a continent and then burrow around in the world. And if that's a baby, then does that mean the Earth has worms? Do we need to go to some kind of intergalactic vet to get a pill for that? I just want to see the Mad Cat's Godzilla cut him in half. I don't think that's asking too much. I didn't think I was gonna be cutting babies in half today, okay? But City Smash brings you to weird places. It's all lined up. All you gotta do is have your atomic breath swing right through him. All right, I take it back. I am officially disappointed. You think a giant worm could get struck by lightning? Definitely not twice. Could we hit him with a missile? What if we just fired a missile? I think that hit him. Maybe? It didn't seem to be strong enough, but we can fix that. All right, I know I've been breaking shit a lot lately, but I'm ready to defend the world. Not quite the effect we were looking for. He completely ignored it. The rest of the city, however, not so much. I'm just gonna keep chasing this thing around the country until I can eventually kill it. Oh, okay, I can blast it. I can use the space laser, and it tickles. I might as well just be doing this to it, I swear. Some of these monsters are pissing me off. Can we please get a sign for the traffic? Why are they doing pop shove-its off the bridge? I'm all out of options when it comes to trying to kill this thing, okay? This is the last resort. I've brought it to the moon. I'm gonna lure it out with this delicious space city, and then I'm gonna hit it in the dick with a meteor. Do giant space worms have dicks? I guess there's only one way of finding out, by hitting it with a meteor. It bounced off. Are you kidding me right now? What do you mean? Okay, I know when I'm beat. All right, you know what? I think that's gonna be it for this episode of City Smash, guys. I really hope that more games like this get made, or that these games just get really big updates, because like there's so much fun to be had in screwing around and destroying stuff mindlessly in a sandbox. I love commentating over this kind of stuff, but there's just such little interactivity. And once you've seen everything, then there's really nothing else to do. It gets very repetitive very quickly. But if you guys know of anything like that, then as always, be sure to leave a like in the video, leave a comment letting me know, and maybe I'll return to summon Mad Catz Godzilla again soon. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.